I can't get used to the whole
forbidden apple
thing.
Because the thing is, other people get it the right way, and other people get it the wrong way. Other people have to bend over to get that phone.
Yes, that's why it's called the forbidden apple.
Anyways.
Anyways, if you feel like you have a problem with what Nizi just said about the forbidden apple and you have an argument about that, just send us a voice note or a text about today's show, today's topic when we announce it on 066-057-6802.
Ladies and gentlemen, and as promised, we have the lovely, the beautiful, the ravishing.
Yes!
Guys, like, I don't even know. Where do I start? And today we have none other than Mrs. Yes. Mrs.
Correction.
Nkateko Yolanda Nani Mokoena. In the house. She is that Miss Tammy Taylor, Mrs. South Africa semi-finalist for the year 2020, Mrs. Mpumalanga Ambassador 2018, BFM Awards, the recipient of Best Style Diva 2018, Sunrise Women Award nominee for social entrepreneurship and game changer, founder and director of Shiluva Shamama NPO, the charitable fashion couture and Calibri model management agency, the director of Miss Ehlanzeni and Miss Teen Ehlanzeni pageant, host and MC, also an events planner, motivational speaker, fashion stylist, and influencer. Guys, listen to that. Just listen to that profile.
Talk about being the whole package.
Woo! Girl. Like, talk about girls doing it big.
Girl power.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for welcoming me with such great grace, you know.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you've mentioned everything that I do, and there's more coming. So I'm just happy. I can't wait to see what we have in store for this hour.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, and we are literally gonna commence with this beautiful woman. Like, we're gonna
the whole package.
Yeah, the whole package.
Everything.
An inspiration right here in studio.
Hi guys, Niz, now you know you have a role model now.
Man, at least now I know. Actually, I met her when I was hosting the BFM Awards. The dress was on point. She was dramatic, and her man was right there beside her. I'm like, relationship goals, people. Why isn't our man doing all of these things? You know? And obviously she scooped, the Best Styled Diva award, and I'm like, obviously she deserved it because the dress was just dramatic.
Which is gorgeous, darling.
Yes, darling.
Just a quick question, just to start all of this up. And I remember I'm gonna ask you a question that DJ Sbo once asked you.
Yes.
I remember you and I once attended an event together.
Yes.
And he asked you one question that just made you stand out for me.
Yeah.
Who are you and why should we care?
I'm Yolanda Nani. I keep making it the Nani way. How you should reckon with me is you must know that I'm confident, sassy.
Ooh.
I am the girl that will make the NPO start making money because I feel entrepreneurship skills should actually be introduced in the NPOs. It is high time that we started realizing that we can make money while we're helping people. So that's why you should give a damn.
Flavor. Oh my goodness.
I am taken away, blown away. I think me and Nizi today, we're gonna walk out of here with Womandla.
Yes.
Womandala.
Yeah, man. I think you deserve it. You deserve this, and we will be voting behind you all the way. But from what Mlingani answered, I think you've answered the question of who is Yolanda and why should we care?
Yes.
Anyways, so before all your accomplishments, before you became the finalist of what you are today, before you became Miss Mpumalanga Ambassador, before everything, where were you?
I grew up in Bushbuckridge, in a small village called Majimbini. A lot of the people don't know that I'm a twin, firstborn twins of Mr. and Mrs. Mokoena.
I know.
So, growing up in a Christian-based family, we're PKs. So it was more of everything was learned because of what my parents were doing. I matriculated and I came to Nelspruit because my parents wanted us to be closer.
Yes.
So I did financial accounting, internal auditing, graduated. The love of helping people has always been there because of my mother's, like I can say, practice.
Yes.
So she's always shown us what to do when people were in need. We've always had siblings. We've always had older brothers and younger brothers at home. So I think I learned it without my mom having to speak it.
Yes.
That in life, when you are fortunate with something, you can just do something if you feel like you can actually close in the gap. So that I carried it with me, but I was not really doing much because we were just doing things where our parents could just want us to be a part of this and that. But it started when I myself went through a very difficult path. And so we'll
get
about
there.
that.
I want to know, speaking about where you come from and at the stage that you are at right now, there are so many girls who literally want to accomplish what you have currently. And some girls are actually using the Instagram route. I mean, some girls are models, but only models on Instagram and not any other agency or whatsoever.
Yeah.
What advice do you have, to those type of girls who want to be in your position, but they're trying to use the easy way to the top?
First of all, it's not going to work. You're going to burn down and crash. I'm going to give you guys a scenario. I'm a realist. My mother gave me an idea when I turned 21. And I thought I was older. I turned it down. I even said, oh, no, I'm grown. You've given me a key. Now I want to do everything. For me, when I look at an agency for models, it's like your mother. It's like your parents. It's like a shelter where you are able to be protected because they will sift through the not so great things that are going to make you look bad. So I went into a spiral because I didn't want to listen to my parents.
Yes.
So I don't want models to also fall into that. Find an agency that works for you. Find it and just tell them your dream because they have to collaborate your ideas and their ideas so that you can work as a brand.
Yes.
So don't do it alone because you're not going to be protected. I always say the team or the girls that I work with or the guys I work with, they become my babies. If you can't deal with that, then it means you're not part of me because I need to make sure that you are protected at all times.
Yes.
So yes.
You know what? Like right now, whoever's listening, I know our listener is like sitting glued to their phone, trying to figure out. And like this woman, like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for Mrs. Yolanda Nani, just don't forget to literally send us a WhatsApp on the number 066 057 6802. Coming up to my next question for you. You've been in the industry for quite some time, and as a woman, we see the hardships. It's a female dominating industry.
Yeah.
But it's run by man. How has it been for you adjusting to all of that, and what were people's perception of you when you started all of this and those challenges? I want to know.
It's a great question that I'm having and I'm loving it. The biggest challenge is not being given a chance to introduce myself to what I do and what I stand for. So for me, they've actually just made me blow up because every single day when I sleep, I always say I want to leave a mark. That's why my motto is making a mark the Nani way. I'm doing it my way. I am not seeing any other person's blueprint. Yes, I might be dabbling in other areas which the industry, there's some people that have been doing it, but I do it differently because a charitable couture fashion show, it's got a flair. It helps kids, it helps designers, it helps musician, it helps almost everyone who is in the creative space the chance to just start their journey and move forward if they're able to can take the hardships. So for me, it's I will keep on stepping my heel, moving forward, even if the world or society has made it to be a male dominated industry. So I'm gonna show it with the heel, with like glam, sparkles and all. And yes, people are gonna start noticing.
We, as you're saying now that you're gonna show it with, everybody has that one person that they grew up looking up to, that one person that inspired them to say, you know what, I wanna be like that. Who's that person to you?
With me, there's a lot of people. My mother's fighting spirit is one thing that I have, and I've always said I want to take that because she's strict.
Yes.
And she's a fighter. My sister's calm nature, my twin sister, is calm nature. And there's a lady called Georgina. She used to stay at my house. She was our bigger sister. She used to stay at our house because she was renting. She's settled. She takes her time in decision making, so she's one of the people. I love Maya Angelou's writings. They always ground me because she always has, for every situation, there's something. I love Bonang.
Obviously, yes.
Champagne dog.
I love her business tactics. I always go into her website, her Instagram, her Facebook, whatever you can say. I check what she is doing. She's very quiet, but she acts defiantly.
Yes.
So I love her, and yeah.
And now I get where all the attitude comes from. It's so bonang.
Yeah, man. You know that society knows modeling as an activity for tall women, and we noticed that you come in a very portable package. So we want to know how has your confidence played a huge role in all, the whole modeling scene, and you have achieved a lot. So we want to know, how has your confidence?
I think growing up as a twin, that helped me to have a tough skin, because I've always been the underdog and I've always been the black sheep in positive ways. It made me realize that, you know what, I am the person that the other person will see through my actions. So if I perceive myself as a giant, no matter how petite I look, you are going to love me anyway. So no matter how short you might think I am and I'm not for the industry, well, I'm breaking the boundaries then.
Yes.
So I can say I just wing it every day. For me, I never have a plan. I just say I'm taking a day as it comes. So even with modeling, when I entered Mrs. Mpumalanga first,
Yes.
I wanted to raise awareness.
Yes.
It was more for making sure that the social ills which I was facing, I knew that another person is facing.
Yes.
So I wanted to use the platform. Hence, even with the Tammy Taylor Mrs. South Africa,
Yes.
it's a platform for me because it's not just a pageant, it's an empowerment. It's a woman empowerment project.
Oh.
So it's a movement which it empowers women to can be all that and more, even if they are married.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. That one is interesting. But let's talk business for a second.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I just got so all excited just talking about that. Right now, I just want to talk about personal branding.
Yes. That's like my book.
What is the utmost importance of personal branding as a model, as a musician, as anybody who's in the entertainment and media space?
For those that follow me, I'm very passionate about branding. Branding, it's more about you're like a walking billboard on your own. So you can either do it badly or do it good, and you can make it. Now, branding is the way you introduce yourself without saying anything. How you look, how you speak, how you act towards people, that is branding on its own. You need to be simple. For a person who likes glam, do it in a subtle way. If you like music, do it in a way that is gonna speak to your audience and the people that you wanna try and get as your audience. Because not a lot of people will like what you show on your pictures or on your Instagram. But if you can know what the audience are looking for and you tap into that. Remember, simplicity is the best.
Oh, yes.
Don't overdo it. if you do a logo, don't overdo it. It just has to be simple.
They say less is more in business. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh. And right now, and I quite often I see, the reason I ask that question is because we see a lot of young models trying to get into trying to break into this industry. It's already an already clustered industry. There's too many people who are involved. There's too many people who are busy there and there, but there's only quite a handful that have managed to get it right. And right now, we chose you as our Women Crush Wednesday today.
Yeah.
Simply because we want those queens out there to look at you and say, oh, Kanti, this is how it's done.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Like, we're so grateful to have you in studio today. And we're going to be getting all up close and personal and talk business and then talk about all the shows, talk about everything. Oh my goodness.
And speaking about being personal, you mentioned, you tiptoed around the topic of, marriage. We want to know, as a busy woman.
Yes.
And also being a married woman. How do you balance the two? Because, there are people who kind of neglect the other in order to focus on the other. How do you balance the two?
I wake up with my husband, so we made it in a point that we need to spend as much time as we can. He speaks Swiss, so the English is like he speaks Swiss English.
Yeah.
So we have 2 TVs, but we're in the same room.
Oh God.
So one is using headphones, the other one is not, but we speak. And then he prepares the dinner. It's a must that we need to eat at the kitchen, because that's where we get to talk without
as a
the
family.
phones, without everything. So on Sundays, if I go to church, he goes to church with me. If we're gonna go out, we spend the smallest times. We annoy each other, but we never go to sleep angry, because it's something that tomorrow I'm gonna go to work and then he's gonna be at home, so what's gonna happen? So we always talk it out. We have a daughter, so we always want to instill like a balance. A balance, so she knows if things are not going well or
because kids can pick up on all of those things.
So we kind of have a balance. So I make it work every day. When I leave the office where I work, I will change into a comfortable outfit, and then we will talk. We'll sit. If I find them in the living room, I'll sit. We'll talk. So spend enough time. If you've got 5 minutes, spend it with them. Put the phone away. And the bedroom. Put it in the bedroom.
I guess you all heard that. Leave your phones away when it's time to eat. Anyways, we're still tackling the whole marriage thing. As you know, you're such a beautiful woman. You curvilicious. You know fashion. You dress it. You leave it. You breathe it. You're a diva even without talking. Have you ever came across any sort of temptations?
In terms of the male species?
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Let me sit properly for this.
Sit properly, yes. Me and my husband have this unspoken rule where if somebody looks good, if a guy looks good, I'll tell him, oh my gosh, Lovey, this guy looks so beautiful, he's handsome as this. And even it goes on his side, when he finds a beautiful woman, even if I'm not around, he's going to tell me at home that, oh my gosh, there was this beautiful, pretty lady, she was like this and like this, I almost thought it was you, and all of that.
Oh,
yes.
Smooth operator. That
I saw what he did there.
So we can look,
but we can't
touch. We can't touch. We can admire, we can touch it.
Oh my goodness. And like I've had the pleasure of meeting your husband.
Yes.
And he's soft spoken.
Yeah,
very funny.
Yes.
Very funny. And he has this thing, like he cracks up like the simplest jokes.
Yes.
And you can't help but like you think about it.
And then that's when you
don't laugh right there and then.
Yeah.
It hits you like after 30 seconds. You're like, oh.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I understand. So, oh my goodness, it's actually gotten quite interesting, and was it just go? Getting to know Mrs. Yolanda Nani up in the Wiggle Tunes Drive show today. The time now is 28 minutes right before the hour 4, and we are diving even much more deeper.
It's getting hot, guys. Hey, the weather actually.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk rather on the charitable fashion couture. There's something that people do not know. Mm-hmm. People do not know that. Okay, first time you and I met was at what was it again?
St. Mark's.
St. Mark's. We met at St. Mark's School. There was a gala dinner, and I was performing with my band, and it was quite interesting because I didn't know her at the time, but she knew me.
I knew you. He's famous, you guys.
She walks up to me. She's like, "Hi, yar, like you sing so nice." And they were dancing. You and your husband were actually dancing the whole night. And then after that, the first charitable fashion couture, I was the first MC to that. And I actually owe you quite a lot with that because I got the confidence to be an MC from that point. Look at me, I'm on radio now.
Oh,
but let's talk about how the charitable fashion couture actually started. What was the idea behind all of it? Let's put Mrs. Mpumalanga aside for now.
I've always loved fashion. I never wanted to wear the same dress as another person. I remember my mother, when there was sales house, we all knew there was like, before sales house, there was like this boutiques that people could sell clothes. So she was also doing that. So I learned that from her. I wanted to be different from the youngest age. So when it started, I was making outfits for my events where I was emceeing back home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then I realized that, you know what, with the Mrs. Mpumalanga, it has to come in. With the Mrs. Mpumalanga, I can actually raise awareness for my daughter's illness because she has an illness, and I didn't want people to like feel sorry for us. Mm-hmm. So I said, no, let me do a fashion show with the cause. That's why charitable couture fashion show.
Yeah.
So we were raising awareness with for non-communicable diseases, which is autism, anorexia, bulimia, depression, alcoholism among the kids. So that's how it started, because I love fashion and I wanted to incorporate it with something very serious, but that it's gonna make people to come and see what we're about.
Oh my goodness. Yo, you know what?
I think from what you just said right now, I think you've raised awareness of it so much because I've seen the pictures, I've heard about the events, and one thing that you guys don't know is that there are people, different kinds of artists that are there.
Yes.
They are modelers,
Yes.
they are makeupists,
Yes.
they are hairstylists, they're all employed there. You are like, oh my god, I don't even know
we
what
ask
to say.
money for
Wow.
the tickets so that the kids can be able to get.
Yes, the kids
something
get
back.
paid.
Yes.
Everybody gets paid, and at the end of the day, it also benefits our mindsets and our creativeness. You get to go see great dresses, great designs, and then you get to also learn how to walk. You know, when you go backstage, you check the makeup. You're like, hey, well, how do you put this one here?
Yeah.
You know, you get out of there with something tangible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And right now, we're still gonna continue with this.
Yeah, man, you've just listed, a list of accomplishments, and obviously it's never easy to get to the top, even at the stage that you are at right now. We want to know, what other difficulties have you faced as a woman in this industry that you're in?
The nose. When you send when you send a proposal to say, can I come in and have a sit down with you guys, I want you guys to know what I'm about, they go like, no, currently we are. So it's like a no before the cold call is like a no. I get a lot of those, but I am a person who says a no is just a maybe.
Yeah.
I never take no for an answer, especially with the things that I'm doing. I never take no as an answer. I take it as, no, just go prepare more. Like call tomorrow, or like send a different proposal.
Yeah.
Like tweak it here and there, put pictures. And so for me, persistence. You need to be patient, persistent, and you need to pray.
3 P's.
Yes.
3 P's. 3 P's.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mrs. Nani.
Yeah.
And you know, quite a lot of people look at you from afar and they think this is all easy.
Yeah.
It doesn't come easy, guys.
I get that.
Looking this fabulous
Yeah. I get that a
and
lot.
being fabulous are two different things. You do them both.
On that note, I will go back to the first day I met her. The first day I met her was Mr. Mpumalanga last year. And I pulled up with Logan. Logan is a friend of mine, which is a friend of hers. So we get there.
She's my baby.
Like, okay, she's the baby. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Logan, who's the Barbie doll woman? She's like, that's Yolanda. I'm like, that's Yolanda? I'm like, yes. And she looked like a Barbie doll. Like, oh my God, the outfit, the makeup. I'm like, oh God. I wanna have money. Give me money. I wanna look like that.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the time now is 13 minutes, 23 minutes actually, right before the hour 4. And you can actually stream us live on our Facebook page. It's Wiggle Tunes. Check us out on Instagram. We are Wiggle Tunes, and on Twitter, Wiggle Tunes SA. And Ausen Kateko, I just want to know something, ne?
Yeah.
Who, like, if it weren't for modeling,
Yeah.
and if it weren't for all of those things,
Yeah.
what would you have been?
I don't think I would have been anything. You know why I say that?
Yeah.
The first time I actually shaved my eyebrows, I think I was like 12, because I wanted to like do this like European eyebrows that were going around. My mom was mortified. So like I don't think I was gonna be anything either than what I am. And then the makeup, if you guys could see the makeup I used to put, like oh gosh, like I've loved just looking gorgeous. Just in the industry of beauty, I've been just that person. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I used to tear clothes, and my mother's she was a seamstress before she had an illness, so I could take her material. I could either change clothes. So for me, I might not have learned the art of a seamstress, but I did that. So yeah.
So you're literally saying that you're able to sew your own clothes.
You just took me on my memory lane.
Oh my God, I can't stop laughing. Cause wow, it's just a wow. Anyways, guys, if you have anything you would love to say to Miss Nani right now, or any questions you would love to ask her, just send us a text or a voice note on 066-057-6802.
Yeah, man, and don't forget to actually go to YouTube and search for Wiggle Tunes and click on the subscription button, and also download our app right there on Google Play Store and also on iOS, since they don't want to hear the word forbidden apple.
By Eve.
Eve. What if it was me? I mean, like, hey, but Ausen Kateko, just to go back a little bit, you literally just touched on your childhood.
Yes.
Let's talk about those childhood memories. Like, what is that one crazy that one crazy thing you once did just to go to a fashion show?
This is a confession.
Yeah, this is a confession.
This is a confession.
Like, we literally have a segment on the show where we talk about confession.
Yes.
What is that one thing? Like, you know, we all want things.
Yeah.
And sometimes our parents might say no.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And then when like you'll just press on ngenkani and then want to do those things just out of script.
Yeah.
What is that one thing that you've ever done?
Unfortunately, we could never succeed. My parents were very strict, you guys. They it felt like we had cameras, even if we knew there was no cameras in the home. So my dad is one person who would want to know if your stories are right. So he's gonna ask in random days and random times about why you say you want to go somewhere. So we never used to go out partying. We used to do the PK's kids.
Wow. I relate to the PK part. So I truly relate.
Yeah, so I only started doing my own things when I was older, 21 up. Yeah, everything. Basically.
So then, like when you got the
First
key, you were
boyfriend,
like,
yeah, first boyfriend,
Mokoena.
after, because we were watched so much. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. And ladies and gentlemen, we are still tuned in to the Wiggle Tunes Drive Show with the coolest trio in the building, and we have the beautiful Mrs. Nkateko Yolanda Nani Mokoena. Hey, that's a whole long intro. Like, I'm always accused of making long intros.
Yeah.
But this time around, it's not me.
It's not you.
It's not me. It's the
just
titles and the names
that
and the
comes
surnames.
with it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And we'd actually love to play a game.
Okay.
Just before we reach our time.
All right.
We'd like to play an amazing game with you.
Let's play. I hope I can crack this one.
It's a question game.
Oh, it's a question game. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes,
Make it
it's
easy
a
for
question
me.
game. We are all gonna participate.
Okay.
All of us, including you, Mlingani. You have a tendency of saying I'm not
Yes.
answering questions
Ah,
today. How? But we're gonna start with Nizi today because she's always the second one to start. So, question number 1. I'm gonna choose for you, Nizi.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever practiced kissing in the mirror?
I believe, every pro in the kissing department has went through the kissing driving school.
Yeah.
Which is using
True
the
that.
mirror.
Yeah, true
So
that.
I am proud
To say,
even someone's son right now would stand up and bump his chest like, "Aye, that's my bae, man.
yes,
That's my bae."
The way I'm gonna be choosing questions for
Yeah,
you, please
man.
don't be hard on me. Okay. What is your worst habit, Lingan? What's your worst
God.
habit?
The worst habit.
Flirting with women. Especially after his performances.
It's hurt.
Okay. That's
part of
another
it.
bad habit. Thing is, I'm a gentleman. I was raised to be a gentleman at all times. No. Like, being a gentleman is not a bad habit, but it's the things that come with it. Yes, the things that come after. So there's this thing when I get on stage, I go Magic Mike sometimes.
So
Yeah.
you're like romancing the mic,
You get, and then the mic stand and the. You understand?
like our former.
You understand? And women love that. And it's something I was taught in music school is that once you get wherever you're performing, if you can get the ladies moving, you're done. You're done. The guys will follow. Get the women moving, the guys will follow. And then as soon as I get backstage, women always like, "Oh my God, like, you sing so good."
So full of himself.
And you're such
A flirt. Such a flirt.
Oh my God.
I wonder how your Valentine's Day is. Okay, Miss Nanny, it's your turn.
Okay, be nice.
I'm not being nice to anyone. Have you ever peed yourself?
I did. When I was young, I just don't remember what age. I was having a very bad dream, so I didn't want to wake up. I tell you not, like, I just didn't want to wake up because, like, you're thinking, okay, I must go to the loo. I have to open the door. I have to go to the bathroom. Like, it's a long, like, corridor.
Process, yes.
Yes, like, no, ain't happening. I just slept through.
You still remember that folklore story about
Yeah.
Pinky?
Yes, and the worst was my aunt used to tell us like this about Dinonoani,
Ah,
like tales.
yeah.
I was like, I'm not. I'm
Yo,
sleeping,
yeah.
so I slept, and then you wake up wet. That wakes you up, bro.
Yeah.
It wakes you up. So me being a twin,
Oh!
the side. So it was my word against hers. I mean, love you, sis. Love you so much.
Wow. And this one is for you, Bubbles. I just wanna ask you this.
Do I need to take off my glasses?
Please take them off. For your sake, please take them off. All right, I wanna know, Bubbles, did your parents ever give you the birds and the bees talk?
Hey? My mom is a straightforward man. She doesn't go like she doesn't turn corners. She comes straight. And my mom is gonna tell you, yo, my mom is literally. I feel like I'm sitting next to my mom right now. When we she's a diva. She's bonang's fat. Like, oh God, I don't even want to think about it. She came straight to me and she said, "Hey, boy, like Miguel, you are now going on your periods. Hey, if you see a guy don't like this, it's STIs." And you must use protection because I don't know where you go or what you do out there. I can't follow you everywhere, you know. I can't say you are a virgin or get you checked. If I get you checked and then I faint there and I die that you know I'm a virgin, what do I do? Nothing. So look after yourself. There are penises out there.
Good. I love her.
And this question is directed to you, Mrs. Nani.
Okay.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Yo, shopping. I have so many.
Yes.
Yeah, it's shopping, it's chocolate, it's wine. Those are good combination, by the way.
Yes.
Those are my guilty pleasures, like a glass of red wine.
I was
And a
thinking
very
about something
big
else.
No,
I was thinking about something
darling,
else.
that like I know it's for like the. What time is it now? It's midday. Yo, a grave hour show.
Oh my goodness.
And I want to know, I have a question for you. You have beautiful long nails, like, you know, the rest of us in studio. I want to know, do you pick your nose?
I do. I've got sinuses.
Yeah.
So I always do the funny things. I think you've realized when I do this, I do this because I've got a problem with eyes and I always wear makeup. So I'll always pat. At home, I use like earbuds, like literally, and then So there's ways when you have nails.
There's ways
where you can be high cheat. So like I'll put everything here, like you know the tissue when you are going to the yes. So you cover the whole hand. Yes, love. There's ways you open with. You see how I'm opening when you're opening doors, like elevators or like something. Yeah, the cans. Obviously, the gentlemen have to open for me.
Obviously.
So you find ways.
I'm a testament to that.
Yeah.
She always makes me open her cans all the time. She's like, Lee, please
if
open
I can't,
my
I use a
can.
spoon. If there's no man around, I use a spoon.
Oh my goodness. And this one, like right now, the questions are literally redirected to you.
Okay. At least people get to know me. I'm
And okay, you are in a public store, in a public toilet store.
Yeah.
And you know, like when it's an emergency, it's an emergency.
Yeah.
And you just did
The number 2.
Yeah.
And
then after you realize that there's no toilet paper.
Yo.
What do you do?
Ooh, darling, my bag is heavy. I've got everything.
Yes.
I've got everything, love. If you lift up my bag right here, you'll be thinking,
It's a weight.
What did you put in here?
Did you carry a whole house in here?
You put what? So I put everything. Sanitizers right there. Tissues right there. Lip gloss right there. Like pills and like everything. At some point when I'm going to events, I always put this thread, needles, like because you can never
Just
know.
in case.
Everything can break. You know, you need to put it back together. So I'm always prepared. Chargers, everything. You want everything.
Anyway, it's 10 minutes to 4. But we're going to end this one with our last question.
Okay.
You are a runway queen. You are always on the... What do you guys call it?
The
when
ramp.
you model
Yeah.
the ramp. Yes. What's the most embarrassing moment on the ramp for you? Or even in public?
I've not fallen.
AKA.
So I always channel that. That's why I choose my outfits quite well. And using my hands to lift up a dress, that's one thing that I will never stop if it's long enough that I can't actually do anything with it. So I always fear falling. And I always wear comfortable heels, even if they are like, I always practice with my heels. So I wear comfortable heels when I am going to be on stage, especially where there's a lot of people, because you don't want to fall. I fell before, but the nicer thing was there was nobody.
Wait,
So
were
I
you
laughed at
practicing
myself.
for a show?
No, I was actually from P&A going to my car, carrying my daughter's stationery this year. So I was wearing like this humongous heels. And now my weight was like now concentrated on what I was doing. I didn't go fall literally, but I can say I fell. It's just that I left everything and I made sure that I touched the ground so that I don't. Yes. So I always wear comfortable heels when I'm gonna be in front of people.
Oh my goodness. So Mrs. Nani, this has been an amazing pleasure. Let's just double back into the charitable fashion couture. It was supposed to be now in April, if I'm not mistaken.
We haven't yet postponed it.
Yes.
We will postpone it if our government still doesn't find ways in which we can. So it is gonna happen this year.
Oh yes.
Definitely it is gonna happen.
Yes.
Just not sure of the date. We might need to postpone it like any other events which are postponed, but definitely this year it's gonna happen.
Oh my goodness.
Tune on the Charitable Couture's Instagram page, Facebook, my one, Yolanda Nani. So yeah.
I for one am looking forward to host another charitable fashion couture alongside these two beautiful ladies, and
we will think of something. Yeah, there's more to come. Yeah, there's more.
And we're actually hosting a show together in May.
Yes, I was so excited when I heard
my
it.
goodness.
I was like, oh.
And you know what, Mrs. Nani, it has been an amazing pleasure having you in studio. The ladies are so happy that, well, there's another female in studio, a female who's actually winning in the industry and is doing the most. And I must say, thank you so much for coming through to the Wiggle Tunes Drive show. And I just want to know something just before we release you. What is your favorite song? What is that one song that speaks to Mrs. Nani?
She gonna be my girl by he sings a hurricane. I'm forgetting his name. He was married to Halle Berry. He was married to Halle Berry. He sings a hurricane. Eric Benet.
Oh! Why didn't I? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of Eric Benet though? Like, in that time I'm an old soul.
I love him. He's an old soul. He sings beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
It's like it's the song that I like now. Yeah. I hope you guys find
my
it.
Goodness.
Because it's on my what Duke's place.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Yes,
Favorite. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you're dedicating it to who? Because today is Women Crush Wednesday.
My twin sister. Tintswalo Rambi.
So she has a hard time.
She's married. Kwa Rambo. She's a Rambo.
Oh my goodness. Mrs. Nani, thank you so much for coming through to the Wiggle Tunes Drive show. And we look forward to having you more and possibly partnering with you going forward.